Welcome, everybody, to Hibiscus Sports Complex. As Nothing But Net Media, Australia Sports Network, and Stream Team Australia present to you the QBL Game of the Week, featuring the Rockhampton Cyclones taking on the Southwest Metro Pirates. I'm John Guarna. Today, we've got a special guest with us, but as usual, I have former QBL referee Regan Baker with us, former Pirates player, coach, and GM Dave Derwin, and also our special guest, former Pirates player and Spartans player, as well as Pirates coach, Aaron Harding. Boys, it's a pretty interesting matchup here. Cyclones sitting in the 8 already. Pirates really hoping to get there. This is a must-win game for the Pirates. It should be a good one, Dave.
Yeah, I hate the cliche must-win, but it certainly is. Pirates sitting 10th and sporting a 1-5 record here at the Pirate ship. So there isn't much of an advantage, and you just got to throw that out, and the Pirates got to work out a way to get it done today.
It's going to be a tough matchup. Rockhampton comes in off of a pretty successful weekend so far, Ace. The Rockhampton Cyclones come in 2-0. They went up to Cairns on Friday night, got a big win in Cairns, then traveled down over the mountain ranges to take on Toowoomba and pull out a tight win. But I spoke to Coach Muggeridge before the game. He got to play his bench a lot, so his starting 5 should be pretty fresh. What do you expect to see out of the Cyclones and Pirates?
Maybe a little bit rough early. That is the longest weekend in QBL history, I believe.
It's a rough trip, all right.
But look, they from all reports, a pretty professional outfit. I think the Pirates, I was speaking to a few of the ex-players of mine before the game, and they know they've got to get a win. So
yeah, this must-win situation makes it really an interesting matchup for me. Pirates, I think, have as much talent as anybody. When you look at the roster, pretty talented group. They just haven't been able to put it together so far, consistently at least. What do they have to do to pull out the win? And I would call it an upset today, Dave.
Yeah, I think, you know, as you say, their starting 5 is fairly strong and probably comparable to many starting 5s around the group, around the competition, but they're definitely going to need points from their bench today and probably for the next few weeks. So I think they need to go about 80% to get in the playoffs from here out. So tough road ahead for Coach Edwards' group. And equally, I think that can be achieved with some good tempo and getting ladies to come in off the bench and contribute. And that's going to be the key, is if they can get some decent bench points.
You'd have to think they're going to run that ball.
Yeah, they have to.
Well, I think that's when the Pirates have looked their best, in all honesty, when they're pressuring the ball, forcing some turnovers and getting out in transition. One big out for the Pirates today, I haven't seen her. No Steph Bairstow, so that always hurts.
Yeah, I mean, you know, their third leading scorer, so that's a big gap, especially, you know, what she brings defensively, rebounds the ball, and just the maturity that she brings to the group. But equally opportunity for the bench to come in and make some contributions.
Yeah, I think losing Annie Bairstow hurts. We've had about 84 at Churchy. So and they go down, that hurts.
Yeah. The Pirates men obviously going to be without Sean Bairstow. We'll have the men's game coming up for you shortly after the conclusion of this one, but we are set and getting ready for the opening tip. You look out and you see for Rockhampton, you've got Jamaris Davis getting set to tip. She's going to go up against Kayla Roberts, it looks like, for the Pirates on that jump ball. Pretty significant size advantage when you look out on the court already, Ace, for Rockhampton. You got to think that they're going to look to focus and get that ball inside, trying to do most of their damage in the paint.
Yeah, look, especially coming off the trip they've had, you think they're going to slow it down, get it into the big girls in there and let them go to work.
So you've got Davis, Goulding, Blair, Vandenberg, and also Thomas for Rockhampton. Rockhampton wins the tip, and they're underway. You've got King, Willie, Roberts, and Lloyd out there for the Pirates. You see right away looking to go inside.
Good job by Sav, though. She's need to keep it out of there.
Thomas three-pointers long. Blair recovers. Floaters up and good. And there's our first points of the afternoon for Rockhampton. Goes to Brooke Blair.
Probably going to be a long night if they don't get on the boards.
Tyler King has it. Swings it to the captain. Willie on the wing. Looking inside. Pass is stolen. And that's been a problem for Pirates all season long. Turnovers.
Yeah, and not even, I mean, that one's kind of a semi-acceptable one where Willie's trying to make a good play, but that's what they've done all year long, is just a lot of sloppiness in their execution.
There's another one, back-to-back turnovers. Rockhampton looking to push as well. Goulding, though, loses it out of bounds. Referees this afternoon, we've got Maddie Crowley and Megan Pascoe. We got a veteran referee with a newcomer, fairly newcomer.
Yeah, I believe it's Megan's first season in the QBL this year, so relatively new, but been around the tracks for quite some time now, and obviously Maddie Crowley leading charge, been around as long as I have, so definitely got some experience out on the floor there this afternoon.
Lloyd gets it on the reversal, goes to the rim, left-hand layup, no good, tipped around.
And they need a little bit more from Lloyd. I know that she's their leading scorer, but I just think they need to try and run a lot of stuff for her in order to get her the opportunities that she needs. I mean, she has to dominate the ball offensively for them to really have a chance today, I think.
Surprising to see how much Rocky's pushing the ball early. They look like a pretty accomplished outfit if they're running the ball that hard after the miles they've put on this weekend.
Well, Coach Muggeridge did tell me that he got to play his bench quite a bit last night. So, like we said in the pregame, the starters got a bit of a breather last night just because they knew they'd probably have a tougher matchup today. As Rockhampton turns it over, Roberts kicks ahead for King. Lloyd gets inside, picks up the dribble, skip pass to Willie. Jump shots up, and
nice.
Good. Pirates on the board, they're down 2.
It's always interesting, this new obsession with three-pointers and spacing, but equally, you've got to have player movement without the ball. And again, you just saw Lloyd on a nice penetration. Everyone hung out in the three-point line, whereas you've got to see some action from people cutting and looking for that opportunity to at least to get move defenders as well. So
it's good to see Maddie step up there. Obviously, they're going to need her to have a pretty big game as a captain.
Pirates getting hurt on the offensive glass a bit here early as Willie gets inside, flips one up. That's a wild one. That's off. But Pirates got to make sure they keep Rockhampton off the glass. They're getting that initial stop, but they're giving Rockhampton a couple second chance opportunities, and Rockhampton yet to capitalize on it as Blair is fouled on her way to the basket. Foul's going to go against Mia Lloyd, her first, team's first.
Yeah,
Blair going to the free throw line for 2.
Interesting to see if they throw a little zone today too against Rocky. I mean, with this particular group, I think from a size point of view, it might help them to scramble a bit out of the zone and just keep disrupting Rocky offensively.
We have seen Pirates like to go to that trap, that 2-2-1 press out of a make.
I don't think they've done that enough from the games we've seen. I think it has been very effective for them, but equally, down Bairstow equals you down another 30-minute player, which hurts, and that means you've got to go to the bench a bit deeper.
I think it's probably handy the Pirates have just kept it as close as it is with the way that Rocky can pretty much look like they've got the tools to score at will. I think if they can just stem the tide a little bit here, we could be in for a good contest.
Here's a bit of zone from Rockhampton as well. Willie kicks it. Lloyd fires the wing 3. Too strong. Nice rebound, though, by King. Maddie Willie from the top of the key. That one's strong as well. Tipped out of bounds. No, they're going to get Lloyd. That's going to be our second personal. She got Goulding with the body.
Yeah, I think keep that energy up, though. I think getting after the glass, making them work really hard, I think that might come back to help them in the third and the fourth quarter if they can stay close.
Well, Mia Lloyd picked up the second. Coach Edwards keeps her out there. Blair keeping the dribble alive, hands off. Thomas fires a 3. That's good. Rockhampton up by 7.
Wow, she's quite a player.
Yeah, well, Thomas averaging 17 a game, which is good for 7th in the league in scoring.
Roberts answers for Pirates. Here comes a bit of that 1-2-2 here, looks like, from Southwest.
It's Coach Edwards tapped our commentary. Is that what's going on here?
Could have.
Well, we know Coach Edwards is a big Nothing But Net Media fan, so he would have heard it from us earlier in the season, I'm sure.
I told him I wouldn't throw him under the bus, Coach Edwards, so I'm going to leave out the fact that a 1-2-2, we punished him in Churchy school basketball for about an 80-point win. But anyway, don't worry about that.
They play basketball.
I'm glad that he picked it up and is using it now in the QBL. It's fantastic.
I think the ball went to the fourth court about 2 kilometers away. That's the holdup on us. Sendika Machando recovering it. Come out for the afternoon. Can't get enough hoops. Logan Thunderguard, former Pirate. Former Kai Meteor as well. Blair, wing 3. Well short. Savall can't recover. Goulding recovers for Rockhampton. Thomas is open.
Better get a hand up on that.
And swishes another three. 12-5 the lead for Rockhampton.
Yeah, hopefully just get through some good stuff here and keep this thing nice and close. There we go.
Nice bucket there for Kayla Roberts. The old Dirk Nowitzki, one-legged fadeaway.
Don't worry, I've got a Dirk top on for the men's game. I'm going to pull that out. It's getting a bit warm out here already with the shooting. Here we go again.
Thomas off the side of the rim. Here comes Southwest looking to run.
There we go.
Miscommunication leads to a Pirates turnover. Here comes Thomas for Rockhampton. Hands off. Goulding's open. She'll fire the three. That's off. Davis offensive rebound, and she's fouled. Going to call it on the floor. Goes against Savannah Howe.
Look at 5-point leads. Definitely not the end of the world here, considering the firepower of this Rocky team.
Gotta keep it close, I think. I'm surprised that Pirates, though, looking to play that half-court game. I thought they'd look to come out and attack a little bit more, especially knowing Rocky is on the third game, the 3-game road trip, with the amount of travel they've done.
Yeah, could be part with the adjustment of not having Steph out there as well, and just trying to get some solid buckets on the board early. But yeah, I think get that thing up and down if you can, especially with some of their young wings there.
Don't forget, guys, if you are tuning into the game live, make sure you let us know in the comments on the YouTube channel or on the Facebook page. Let us know who you are, where you're watching from, so we get you a shout-out.
Speaking of shout-outs, Coach Cheney already checking in with the Facebook view as well. Just saying that we should probably not have the camera on the commentators too much because Ace is right at the front. I got a big head, so it's a head for radio according to Jason Cheney. So
that is an excellent comment considering the size of Jason Cheney's head. Welcome, brother. Hope it's all going well over there in the States.
Back soon into Australia, I believe, Jason Cheney as well. So might need to pull him into a podcast sooner or later, get him on a stream.
Yeah, it'd be great. Jason's done a couple games with us previously. Roberts gets the steal, and then the foul called on Jamaris Davis with the body. Those ones kill you, those baseline out-of-bound turnovers.
Yeah, you can't have it. Can't have it out here, especially with all the tired legs. You're going to have to get as many shots up at that bucket as they can.
Good hustle there from Davis, knocking it out of bounds. Got 5 minutes to go here in the first. And it's a 5-point lead for Rockhampton. King misses it short. Vandenberg with the rebound.
Yeah, good action, though, from the Pirates. Again, good looks, and that's what they've got to keep on doing.
Clifford fires the three. That's off. Roberts grabs the rebound.
They've done a better job in the last few minutes, too, of securing the rebound. Good technical box outs from the Pirate ladies.
Looking for Lloyd in the post. Has it stripped by Thomas out of bounds. Got to give a shout out. Philly's in the house. Nashika Davis and Lisa Cable tuning in live. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, look, I think you must have advertised well that you've got good people on the call, eh?
Definitely.
Well, there's good people on the call every week, eh? I mean, just this week there's a specially good person.
There's a new one and you got more people, so I guess we'll see what happens.
Well, you know what, we're going to have to check the stats, okay? Because
you know I'm a stat guy. I'm all over it.
Good ball movement here from Rockhampton. Nice recovery, though, by Pirates. There's 8 on the shot clock. Thomas goes inside for Davis. Davis fouled from behind by Savannah Isle.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough cover for her. I mean, Davis is a tremendous athlete, averaging 17 and 5. She's 14 and 10 so far. And, we haven't seen her this year in person, Johnny, but obviously tremendous looking athlete. You've seen her get up in lanes and deflections and rebounding the ball. That's going to be a tough cover.
Definitely tough. I think they shortened off that. Weak side help was definitely there. They're making those passes hard, but it's hard to battle that athleticism for sure.
Davis goes 1 of 2. Another offensive rebound for Rockhampton. They'll reset up 4. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Done a much better job staying connected here, but it's tough.
That's a nice looking bucket there from Jessica Thomas. She's been pretty smooth to start this game as well.
Well, just, really poised as well. She just looks very confident with the ball. She's been directing Rocky offense really well.
Lloyd likes to match up with Thomas, spins into a double team,
Nice
gets it
pass.
off. Great finish there and a nice look from Lloyd. Great cut by King to finish.
And that's what we talked about. We talked about spacing's good, but equally you need to have cutters move off the ball and present yourselves for the pass.
Great catch and finish there from Davis. Nice dish from Bailey. Good response from Rocky on that possession.
Definitely need to get this up on the rim here. Good look for Maddie.
And she swishes it. Deficit cut to 3, 17-14, Rocky up.
Needs a couple more of those from the captain, I think. She's definitely had the experience playing at this level for a long time now, and coming a long way from her junior years here at the Pirates, so hopefully she's got one in the bag for tonight.
Good finish there from Vandenberg. Nice pick and roll action from Rockhampton. Good ball movement.
Again.
There's Willie
Bang,
again
bang.
from the wing. She swishes another. Pirates down 2. 2:30 left in the first quarter. Thomas goes inside for Vandenberg. She turns and fires.
I think
off the
that's
side
a
of the
really
rim.
good outcome, but need to get on those boards.
Davis offensive rebound and putback. That's good. I don't even know she left her feet for that board.
Yeah, Maddie not happy with the no call, but I think she was just a bit of an innocent bystander. I think there wasn't much wrong with it. If she actually tried to get a technical box out in, she probably would have got the over the back call.
A critical spot here for the Pirates. I think a couple of stops in before the end of the first quarter could be good, but
Bailey's
look
open
out.
from the corner. She hits a 3. Coach Steve Edwards has seen enough. He's going to take a timeout. You mentioned it was a critical time. Rocky picked up that lead by 7. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. Minute 40 to go in the first quarter. Rockhampton up 7, 24-17. Your QBL Game of the Week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Hibiscus Sports Complex. 7-point lead for Rockhampton. Minute 40 to go. Good time out there by Coach Edwards. You were about to call it before he called it.
Well, I was thinking probably 1 or 2 possessions earlier is where I probably would have called it because, well, that's a bit unlucky. A little bit of contact there in the backcourt. I was going to say, today is going to be critical how Coach Edwards manages his timeouts. With missing Bairstow, such a critical game where defensively they're going to have to use a lot of energy in order to stay focused and locked in, which they've done a pretty good job, I think, in this first quarter. But he's going to have to use those timeouts really well.
Thomas, another 3.
She is smoking at the moment.
Leads out to 10.
I think it's always a tough call, Dave, with those timeouts when you're leading into the quarter time, because you've got just hit back-to-back 3s with Maddie. Think you're rolling. Do you want to break that up Nick Nurse style, or do you want to keep it rolling?
Yeah.
Bailey from the wing.
And I just think too, like the flow of the game, I think is one thing. Equally, my comments were more around, you know, keeping players fresh too.
Yeah,
So, like,
exactly.
I like Kawhi Leonard's response to the reporters hating on him. He's like, if we win, you don't talk about it.
Exactly. But, you know, they pay you the big bucks to talk about it. So
yeah.
I'll throw you a bone there with the Nick Nurse to get you going.
Yeah.
Stuffing up my names as usual, fellas. I called Brooke Bailey. It's Brooke Blair. Apologies to Brooke and all the Rocky fans out there. Thanks to Gareth Monroe correcting my stuff up as Willie hits another one.
I think I spoke to Maddie before the game, and she said the whole family was in town, and I think maybe that's what she needs every week. That's a great start. Might want to get on that one.
Thomas left wide open, hits a long two. They switched. They went for the double team inside, leaving Thomas wide open.
It's you know, going to be really interesting, right? Because, you know, Coach Edwards looks at the board and he's like, man, I'm down 12. But defensively, I think they've been pretty good. Just a couple of little mistakes that they've made, and now they're down 12.
Willie again hits a jumper. That's off. That's going to be the end of the quarter. 32-20 the lead for Rockhampton. Guys, quick thoughts on that first quarter of action. I'll go to you first, Aaron.
Yeah, look, when you give up 5 threes in the first quarter to a team, and they probably, you know, they haven't even shot at 50%, I think, you know, you kind of hope to get away with just a couple. I think that they really just need a strong start to this second quarter and keep this close, because you got a tired bunch down the other end still.
Dave?
I don't even know who Aaron is.
Oh, hey, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, right.
Yeah, I got a bit thrown too. I was paused.
You confused. No, Rocky, really good start. 57% from the floor. I mean, they've done everything as they should. You know, equally that's why they're second on the table. Great start. Pirates going to have to, you know, dig deep here. Because otherwise, if they don't make this a 6 to 8 point game coming into the half, you know, they're in trouble.
All right, well, we'll find out what happens here in the second quarter. It is the end of the first. Rockhampton's up 12 on the Southwest Metro Pirates. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the second quarter of action here on your QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex. Start of the second quarter. Pirates down 12, 32-20. Rockhampton shot pretty well from deep in that first quarter.
This could be an interesting period here. Maddie taking a seat on the bench. They might need to make sure they just get a couple of buckets on the board. Ease that gap up just a little bit.
Good push inside there from Lloyd. She landed awkwardly on the Rockhampton player. That's Chloe Snow. Looked like she got either shoulder or Lloyd's head to the knee.
Hyperextend, yeah, but she seems like she's okay.
Chloe's going to get a breather. She looks like she's going to try and walk that one off. Looks okay, thankfully.
Well, live stats did me no justice. 60% they're shooting.
In that first quarter, pretty efficient clip for Rockhampton there.
Yeah, look, I think you saw a couple of instances where they were just too wide open. I think the Pirates had a little good stretch there where they had a hand up on everything. They were making passes hard, but you know, towards the end of that quarter, wide open. Yeah,
and they got to find the shooters. Rocky's one of the better three-point shooting teams, and I think an adjustment equally is they were over-helping as far as they weren't split line and they weren't out to the shooters, and they got caught in no man's land and gave them a little bit too much space.
So here's your zone.
Blair missed. Bowdry comes down with the rebound. Well, this is an interesting time for Pirates. They got a few bench players on the floor for them.
Nice move.
Well, I think that's a foul, personally, as in, you know, you got to let Lloyd land. I think she came right up underneath her spot. And,
Yeah, I think, ooh, tough take.
Fedorosova missed after she got a nice steal.
A little bit antsy there, the young one off the bench.
Blair missed a long two. Coach Edwards telling his team to slow things down a bit, go half court.
well, King and Lloyd here are going to dominate the offense, you would think, in this group.
A little bit stagnant over here, but nice when you can get that. Don't want to say bailout, but you got another couple of free throws for the Pirates.
Yeah, well, Thomas, you know, I love what she brings, but she's probably got away with a couple in the last couple of sets. She's really all over Lloyd, and especially on that baseline cut then.
Yeah, Vandenberg, I think, got called for that one on the blocking foul. It was heavy contact. Lloyd still down. Hope she's okay. I think she probably just had the wind knocked out of her. It was really, really heavy contact driving the baseline. She spun into that double team, didn't really see Vandenberg coming, and then it was really just body-to-body contact.
Really reminds me of a former Pirate, Scotty Lloyd, who used to stay down on the ground for a very long time just to get the break, really.
Catch his breath a bit, hey?
That's quite smart. I like that.
I think we got some Rockhampton. No, that's not the Rockhampton Juniors. I thought I saw Rocky, the juniors down.
Well, similar name, Johnny. There's some of the Runcorn kids here from Southwest, Rockets.
Good old Rockets, yeah. All right.
They generally do a club of the game, and I think this week's probably Runcorn Rockets.
Lloyd hits them both. Pirates deficit is 9. Here's that 1-2-2. Broken easily by Rockhampton.
It's a tough call there. Sav down the line. Probably should be up there, but it's tough because you got that size behind you. It's a hard spot for her to play. Good job,
7-6 on the shot clock for Rockhampton.
No bailout foul, and you'll be good.
Thomas fires a 3. That's good, plus the foul.
Wow, I mean, and I just talked about it, that in my opinion was a no call, and then they missed the landing on the same call. Bit rough.
And that goes against Lloyd. That's her third personal as well. So that not only does it hurt for the play on the court, but now Lloyd has to get a breather with 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
I think the captain coming back in, this could be a very important time for her to drop a couple more of those threes we saw in the first quarter.
Thomas can't finish. Davis, another offensive rebound. Rockhampton, another possession. They're up 12. Blair from the corner, off the side of the rim. Davis again.
She's an animal on the boards there.
Well, she is. But Bowdry, you know, we talked about it week in, week out. It's an effort thing, right? It's put a body on, elbows and backside, hold your ground. It's really that simple. And Bowdry's got to be better there, especially when you're coming in, you know, giving some minutes. I know it's a tough ask.
I think you see the sub there by Coach Edwards. I think that hopefully they can clean the glass up a little bit. Be good. Good D.
Davis going strong to the rim. She's fouled.
Well,
pretty tough player.
That's
Jamaris Davis.
They just got to, again, stick to the scout, in my opinion, because if she wants to shoot 18, 20-foot jump shots, that's what I'm going to give her, as opposed to letting her beat me at will with it, using her great athleticism.
Take a quick look at the stats, because Davis is on her way to a double-double. She's got 9 rebounds already, 5 of them offensive, to go with 7 points.
She probably also has the biggest fan club I've ever seen on one of our games, Johnny. Everyone on YouTube just absolutely loving Davis. I think everyone from Philly tuning in, getting the love, or everyone from across the country and across America by the looks of it.
You don't think it's because Ace Harding's here?
Yeah, look.
I'm sure that has something to do with it.
Special color commentary.
Yeah, look.
From the man.
Nothing but net media, putting it out there. Well done. It was always going to happen. I told the family I was on, so there's probably another
3,
maybe one, maybe one of them.
maybe one. Okay.
Having a look. I'm sure it's a wife. Thanks, babe. Appreciate it.
Davis missed the first one. Second one's up. That's good. Davis with 8 points and 9 rebounds so far. Might pick up that double-double before the half.
Well, you know, we've had some games in the last few weeks, Johnny, haven't we?
Have we ever?
Lee was amazing last week. 45. Did you manage to catch any of that, Ace?
I did not. I was enjoying the holidays.
That's probably the most impressive female performance we've seen at NBN. How many trays?
Oh, look out. Probably needed to chase that one down. Good job, Pirates.
Silva picks up the loose ball and lays it in.
Did she hit, was it 8 of 11?
In the third, I think. Yeah, she was 8 of something crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's, I do remember back in the, I know that you called me a player earlier for the Pirates. I was, it's probably a loose term, but back in the day, I think I got tabbed one of the all-time best Pirates women's players of all time. So maybe I could have given her a run for her money.
Pirates have cut their deficit to 9. Lilly has it now with 7 on the shot clock. Working against Thomas. Fadeaway jumper is too strong. Thomas grabs the defensive rebound.
Good look, though.
Yeah, the quality of the league is terrific. A lot of great imports, just like Thomas and Davis for the Rocky
Absolutely.
crew. And, so many great imports are coming over from America as well. And our WNBL talent comes in play. So.
Australian content from talking to some of the girls and your boys before the games. Amazing. Hard to believe, really, but great for the league.
Davis picked up that double-double on one possession, got her own offensive rebound and put it back in, so she's 10 and 10 now. Rockhampton back out by 11. 2 on the shot clock. Savannah, didn't realize it. Blair steals it off of her. She's going to streak down the court, lay it up, and in.
I think Coach Edwards needs to blow one here. And just on that last set, I know that Savannah thinks she's coming out for an on-ball. I just think if King's your point guard, just set some simple pin downs and let Willie come off some really easy turnouts because she's skilled enough to make the right reads.
Yeah, I think they just got, the Rockhampton have picked it up a little bit here. They can smell blood in the water, I guess, but...
there you go, better action from the Pirates.
I'd like to see Roberts, when she catches it in the paint, square up and have a look.
Yeah,
she's hesitant.
She is a little too unselfish. I'm the same. I'd like to see her look for her and shot a little bit more.
Thomas keeping the dribble alive.
Yeah, King's been really good too. Give it, since she switched on to Thomas in the last, probably the second quarter, I think she's been terrific.
Willie kicks ahead. Silva too strong on the layup attempt. Rockhampton grabs the rebound.
I think you're right, Dave. I think King's defense on the ball is probably something they need to stick with right now because she's tough.
No basket. There's a foul called along the baseline. It's going to go against Sateri Vodorosova. 4th team foul on Southwest Metro Pirates. Coach Steve Edwards going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. 4:46 to go in the first half. Rockhampton up 11, 40-29. Your QBL Game of the Week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Hibiscus Sports Complex. 40-29, Rockhampton up 11 with 4:46 to go in the first half. Pretty good quarter here for Rockhampton. I think they weathered a bit of the Pirates' storm and getting their stuff kind of back on track.
Yeah, it's a tight quarter, that's for sure. 9-8 is the advantage to Southwest, and they've done so with Lloyd having to go to the bench with 3. And I just think it's really been nice grit from the Pirates defensively that they've shown.
Referee Matt Crowley calls an offensive foul, an illegal screen. That one goes against Jamaris Davis.
I think that on-ball pressure we were talking about before, I think we just, they need to stick with that.
Rockhampton comes out with a bit of a look at full court press. Drop back to a man-to-man. Willie swings it. Ball tipped out of bounds off of Southwest. No, referee Matty Crowley corrects Megan Pasco.
I think that was the old Pirates. I think that was the old it's a foul or their ball type call.
William bounce to Savannah Isle. Now Roberts swings it to the captain. Matty Willie, wing 3 is up.
One.
Yeah, good screen that time from Savannah to get the captain open for a good look.
We've been a bit too long between perimeter shots. She was on fire in the first quarter.
Goulding fires the wing 3. It's off. Tyler King, defensive rebound.
There's a chance to push that ball.
And I know that we've given Davis a bit of love for her, athleticism. But if you watch too offensively, technically, she's outstanding. She does a great job of hitting, spinning, using her arms to get open. And in front of those young girls watching, she's putting on a clinic of how you offensive rebound.
Yeah.
Had a great look at the rim on that one. Just a little too strong on the layup attempt.
Always a massive place, and especially in this level of basketball, for people who can get in there and crash the offensive glass.
Roberts at the elbow. Gonna have to step back far along too. That's good. Kayla Roberts looked like it was gonna be too rushed, but she drained it.
You boys called it though. She needs to look to be more aggressive on offense.
Thomas picked up her dribble. Swings it to Goulding. Rockhampton's got 8 on the clock. The captain Clifford fires along too. It's off.
Good box out there.
Davis rebound and missed, then knocks it out of bounds. She was looking for the call. Doesn't get it.
I think the energy and communication from the Pirates groups, who's next to us, you can clearly understand that it is a must-win. I think Coach Edwards is leading the barking and the girls are engaged, but I think that's what they really need, because it really is a must-win for them this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. Good take by Sav.
Offensive foul called against Savannah. Oh, Chloe Snow just checked in, stepped up to pick up the charge call. You gotta love that pump fake. She hit a couple of jump shots. Just that one dribble extra got herself in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, look, that's a tough call. I think.
Yeah,
I think she made a good move, and
I think so
just
too.
unlucky.
I think so too. I thought it was maybe a 50-50, and I'm not the Rocky defense was close. I just think maybe a little 50-50 call to the Rockets on that one.
I think the refs need to get on top of the theatre of this thing. 9 points. I'm going to give that one to the Pirates there, and here we go.
Willie leaking out. Get into the rim.
Nice job,
layup.
captain.
Too strong, though. She hesitated that split second. Good pressure there from the captain, Clifford. And Thomas at the other end flips it up. No good, but she's fouled by Savannah Au. And Thomas going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
That's a big miss. Big miss.
Yeah, I'm watching the way she shoots. I'm not too worried about the fact she might get these 2 points.
Oh, no, I'm talking about Willie's layup,
oh,
sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
goodness me.
you just, brings it into 7. And
Savannah picked up her 4th foul on that one as well. Really been a key part of the Pirates. There is a timeout taken on the floor by the Rockhampton Cyclones. Let's keep it here, though, gents. And it was a big miss by Maddie Willie, and it's we've seen the Pirates miss a couple of those easy ones, and those are the ones where you're in a tight, single-digit game. All those little ones count. You got to finish a little bit stronger, especially when it's a wide-open, fast-break layup.
Yeah, admittingly, though, Clifford did put great pressure on it, but you just got to be composed. And again, if anything, Willie should have been looking for, at least the free throws maybe, or an and one. That's what she should have been doing, try to initiate some contact. But
she got Clifford off her feet. She kind of had that little hesitation, but then she went up straight off the hesitation. I think that lost her balance a bit.
I think you've seen Dave, you've seen a lot over the years. Is just the teams that are going to go on and win this thing. That's just what they do. They finish those, and sometimes can be the only difference between an 8th place team or a 10th place team and the teams in the top couple is just finishing, and time and score is important. And I think we're seeing a little bit of that here from the Pirates, but I'm sure they 2 minutes of good basketball and we're in for a good game in the second half.
It is a 9-point game with about 2:15 to go in the first half. Jessica Thomas at the free throw line hits the first one.
Well, again, we gave King a little love. She's, I think Thomas, I'm just trying to have a quick look here, sorry.
Thomas hit them both.
Yeah, so she's only scored, that's only her third points of this quarter. So she had 13 at the end of the first, and she's got 16 now, so.
Foul inside. Looks like it's going to go against Chloe Snow.
And a lot of that's come through that ball pressure we've talked about with King at the top.
That's the 4th team foul on Rockhampton, so one more and they'll be in the penalty. Coach Edwards going to really have to rely heavily on his bench. Bit of foul trouble as Willie steps through. Can't get the finish, gets her own rebound.
There you
Short
go.
jumper is good for Chanel Marama.
Well, they're keeping it within 10. This is that same junction we talked about in the first quarter, though, boys. We need to learn from that.
Pirates in the zone. Thomas gets inside, swings it. Goulding wide open for 3. That's good. That's too easy.
Well, it is, but equally they've held Rocky to 13 in this quarter, so defensively they've had a terrific stand. And it's just probably on the other end where I think they're going to struggle is just, do they have the points in them this afternoon?
Roberts, bank shot, no good.
Well, that could.
Rebound saved by Snow.
Yep.
She's going to bust that dribble.
You want to pressure that thing, I think.
Here comes Thomas. Snow looking inside. It's tipped out of bounds by Willie. I'm going to say went off of Rockhampton and Goulding, so it's going to be Pirates ball. 1:05 left in the half. It's a 12-point lead for Rockhampton.
I'm pretty sure I saw a little smirk from Lady Willie there. I think he might have got one of those calls back.
Well, and again, though, I like it where she makes her own luck as far as working her tail off defensively and scrambling and got herself a loose ball.
Kick ball on Chloe Snow.
Roberts throwing possibly the most obvious pass this year into the foot. And about 3 seconds too late, possibly, to the cutting King.
The shot clock did reset to 14. We're under a minute in the half. Roberts gets it. Step back jumper's up. That's well off. Thomas has it for Rockhampton.
A little sneaky 2-for-1 here, I think, by Rockhampton.
Good hands from Bowdry.
Good double team. Roberts getting to the rim. She's fouled. Let's see who referee Maddie Crowley gives it to. It's going to go against Goulding. And Roberts going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. That puts Rockhampton in the penalty.
I think considering everything and the firepower of this Rocky team, I think Coach Edwards might be happy to go in at around 10 here and give themselves a crack here in the third quarter.
Couple of subs. Vodorsova checks back in for the Pirates.
Is Willie in foul trouble, Johnny?
No.
Just an interesting stuff, that's all.
Offense, defense, maybe.
Well, she's not in foul trouble.
Blair has also checked back in for Rockhampton. Roberts hit them both. It's a 10-point game. Here's a bit of pressure.
She can have a break in 30 seconds.
Well, the 2-2-1 up the floor. Hopefully they get a hand up on that one.
Clifford fires a 3. It's strong. Ooh. Vandenberg offensive rebound.
There we go.
Goulding another 3-point attempt. That one's off.
We got time. We got time here.
Let's see if Pirates will hold for the final shot of the half. They're down 10. King.
Dave called for this before. King with the ball.
Finds Roberts. Step back 3. It's up. It's good. I don't even think that one touched the net.
Hey,
So a bit of momentum heading into the big break for the Pirates.
And we said for the Pirates, if they can sneak it into 6 to 8, you know, they'll give them a little sniff of a chance. Defensively, great job. A lot of energy Pirates way. Rockhampton. Coach Mugridge looks a little dirty with how they closed out that quarter, and rightfully so. But, you know, great second quarter for the Pirates. I think it was an 18-13 quarter. And defensively, that's what they needed to make it scrappy and so forth. So terrific job for the Pirates to get them back in the game.
Yeah, Pirates doing a good job getting themselves back in, and you mentioned it. I think it was definitely defensively where they kind of clamped down a little bit, doing a better job on the glass as well. I think having Davis out with a couple of fouls also helped on the glass, and pretty impressive half of action, though, from both teams.
Yeah, look, I think just a bit more aggression on offense. I think they, you saw it started the game with those 2 turnovers. You get a little bit worried, but, you know, as they've plugged into this game, they've done a good job of just looking after the ball and being there enough to disrupt this Rocky team. So should be in for a good second half.
It is halftime, so we will take a break. The Pirates are down 45-38 to the Rockhampton Cyclones. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some statistics in the second half of action here in your QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Hibiscus Sports Complex. It's halftime. The lead for Rockhampton, 45-38. Ace, it was a pretty good first half of action. Rockhampton looked like they were going to pull away there. Southwest did a pretty good job to get it back within 7, but pretty impressive statistics for Rockhampton. You look at the stats, and Jessica Thomas has 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Pretty well-rounded effort. You mentioned in the first half how impressive she was.
Yeah, look, I think that first quarter sort of set the tone for her, but then, you know, she had a lot of help too. I mean, the rebounding for Rockhampton was always going to be an issue for Southwest, and, you know, so far you're looking at, 11 offensive rebounds is it's a little bit scary. So I think if they can do like they did in the second quarter and stem that tide a little bit, I think that'll go a long way to keeping this thing close, and you never know how you're going to go. If you get in a close game there, they've definitely got the firepower, Southwest, to finish it off if they can keep it close.
Hey, you look at the stats for Rockhampton, and you've got 3 players in double figures. You've got Jamaris Davis has that double-double already in the first half, 10 points, 13 rebounds, 7 of them offensive. And then Brooke Blair also has 12 points, 3 assists, and a rebound. Those 3 are the 3-headed monster, really, for Rockhampton in that first half. And obviously, you're not going to be able to slow all 3 down, but if you're Pirates, you got to pick your poison, don't you?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think, heading downhill this half, though. They're good. They're good going towards the canteen. This is where all the buckets were in the first half for Rockhampton.
Well, let's see. Pirates led by Kayla Roberts. She's got 12 points, 4 rebounds, also 4 steals. And Maddie Willie with 11 points, 2 rebounds and an assist. Bit of foul trouble. Savannah Au has 4 personal fouls, so she'll probably sit on the bench to start the second half. The big one, though, was Mia Lloyd. She went out with 3 personals, only had 5 points, did have 4 assists and 2 rebounds. If you're the Pirates, you have a bit of momentum going into the break. It probably came at the worst time going to the halftime break.
Yeah, look, I think looking at it now, Sav being out, rebounding-wise, let's just see how they go.
I think for Rocky, Johnny, that second quarter, 4 of 16, 25% from the floor. To be honest, I don't think that'll happen again. And so I think this is obviously the championship quarter, and it'll be interesting to see how they come out. I'd like to think the Rockets will really want to respond here and have a bit of a dominant third quarter.
Well, let's see. They start off with a really nice baseline jump shot there from Vandenberg. Bit more zone from Rockhampton as Roberts hits a long 2.
I think your call earlier, boys, with Roberts being more aggressive. I think you saw it at the end of the second quarter. You see it again now. I think she'll.
Yeah, I was just going to say too, Ace. It's probably the quietest 14 points you'll see, right? I mean, she just shot the ball a couple times, but they've been good shots. So equally, she's got 14, and I think she needs to try and double that production.
Definitely capable of much more.
Yeah.
Here is Roberts looking to answer.
There you go.
A 3 from Blair. Roberts responds with her own 3. I don't think it's been the offensive side of things where Pirates have struggled. They need to string together a few consistent stops on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think, Dave, you talked about it in the first half when Bowdry came on. Got out rebounded there a little bit, just pure getting in there with effort. If she can, get on that like you talked about, I think you've got a good back of that zone there to clean some up and get running.
Don't forget, if you are tuned in on YouTube or on the Facebook page, let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from. We'll make sure we get you a shout out as Willie missed. Vandenberg grabs a defensive rebound.
Well, just for the Rockets, they had a great start, but they've gone 2 of 11 from 3 since their hot start. Ace?
Yeah, look, keeping the Pirates in it.
Davis, short floater's good. That was a nice finish there from Davis. Putting it on the floor, finishing with the right hand.
I think you plug Thomas and Davis into any lineup in this league. It's going to be a pretty good team.
And that one really hurts.
Big call.
Another charge called against Mia Lloyd there. That's her 4th personal. Goulding drew the charge call. Coach Edwards doesn't like it. He wants an explanation from the referees. Don't think he's going to get one. But that's 4 on Lloyd.
I think Regan would agree being that far away is helpful at the moment.
Well, Sorry, Riggs, you go, mate.
I was just going to say, I didn't really see it, to be honest. I was reading through some of the Facebook comments that we've been getting coming through, but from what I sort of saw, it was obviously off ball, a little bit of incidental contact, both, like it wasn't anything intentional. She didn't push off. It was just, moving down the floor, accidental contact. There was no disadvantage caused by it. They weren't even anywhere near the ball. So, look, interesting situation. I'd have to have a look at it again to get a real answer to it, though.
Great action there from Rockhampton. Nice ball movement leads to a Goulding layup plus the foul.
Well,
and you said the championship quarter, Rockhampton's come out on fire.
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason they're 11-2, and a great start from the Rockets. 9-2 open in the first 2.5 minutes.
Goulding can't finish.
And Coach Edwards has got to be a little careful on the demanding some the calls, because we've seen coaches get teed up for less this year.
A lot less, Dave. I remember back in 06, a lot less.
Well, last week, I think Braden looked at the ref the wrong way and got triggered. So they don't like, what's it called now, Riggs? Demonstrative behaviour towards the referees. They sort of clamp down on that.
Yeah, anything that is overtly questioning their decision. So, like, if a crowd member can look across and see the coach with his arms in the air, waving around, flapping around like a seagull, they're gonna call that a technical almost straight away.
Yeah.
So, Regan, what you're trying to say is back on Sunday nights, Dicko would have got tech fouled a lot more than what.
Hands down, yeah. I would have been able to throw a lot more technical fouls back in my QBL days as well.
Look, I think he might have knocked you out if you had done that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, quite easily.
Roberts has it for Pirates with 6 on the shot clock. Fires a long 3. That's off. Tipped around. Vodorosova recovers and finishes for the Pirates.
Vodorosova's been good, active on the glass. A couple offensive rebounds.
Great job by the young girls.
Goulding gets called for a jump ball. Goulding hurt herself there. I'm not sure if it was on the landing there. A little shaken up. I think she's taking a second to kind of breathe deeply, and not really sure what happened there. Maybe just a little shaken up after hitting the ground pretty hard. Now holding her left elbow. She's been in the wars, Goulding. She's taken a few charges, hit the deck pretty hard a couple times. A little shaken up. Oh, a little wobbly. Not sure if it's a knee or gonna have to.
I think it might just be winded by the looks of it. It doesn't look like she's walking funny or holding anything in particular. It looks like it might just be had the wind knocked out of her and she's a little bit dizzy, a little bit.
Yeah, she's very, very unsteady on her feet. So let's hope that Goulding is okay. She's going to get some treatment from the physio. She's going to have a seat on the bench. Coach Muggeridge going to the bench and inserting Jessica Loraway. We'll try and keep an eye on Goulding and give you an update when we can.
Definitely could make a big difference, because I think between Goulding and Blair, they've got some steady heads out there to go around, with their dominant players on the perimeter and inside. So back like in the old days with the Richardsons of the men's world, I think those players kind of make a big difference to the team.
And the rebounding count isn't probably as key as the old days with the obsession with 3-pointers these days, but Rockets doing a good job, plus 10 on the offensive glass over the Pirates. So they're doing a good job of controlling that. Great pass.
Awesome look by Maddie there.
Great action for the Pirates. They're down 7, 54-47, 6:15 left. Vandenberg splits the double, gets it out to Davis.
They're doing a good job of plugging up the holes. They just need to finish possessions, the Pirates.
Good hesitation. Loraway fires.
Good defensive set for the Pirates. Good energy, good talk, good scramble.
3 seconds called against Rockhampton. Referee.
Well, it's a good fight back. I mean, after the 9-2 start, Pirates have come back with a 5-0 run of their own.
Mainly coming from the defensive end.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent energy, and I think the bench is lifted now. I think you could see a little run here by the Pirates.
King fires a deep 3. That's good. Deficit is 4 now for Southwest. 54-50 the score.
Yeah, while we got the chance to give a couple of quick shout-outs on the Facebook channel, just tuning in. David Knight, Jamie Campbell, loving the NBN call from you guys, as always. Saying it's always great to have us there. And Laura Newcomb tuning in as well as Sharon Arthey. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and keep the comments coming through.
Nice finish there from Davis.
Too deep. Bowdry's got to do a better job of pushing Davis out of the paint. And Davis just too smart around great position.
Tyler King back-to-back threes. She's feeling it. Pirates are down 3.
I think been a good year for the Kings. Obviously Mo doing his thing and really working hard with his NBA Academy stuff, and Tyler's really can shoot the ball.
Thomas open for 3. It's off the front of the rim. Bowdry rebound. Here comes Willie.
Well, they've got to be happy with that. That's a foul. They've got to be happy where they're at defensively because they're scrambling really well out of their zone. And we talked a little bit about that in the first quarter. And then equally, making Thomas have a late clock contested 3 ball you can't get any better as far as what the Pirates are trying to do today, being a little short-handed, and then obviously key players in foul trouble. So
King turns it over. Davis breaking away from the pack, goes up with the left hand to lay it in.
Momentum killer right there. That needed a little bit tighter there from King with the ball up the top, but she's the one that's gotten back in it. So let's see where she goes.
Willie going to her left hand, dumps it off for
Nice
Roberts.
job.
Good block by Blair, but there's a foul inside. That's going to go against Brooke Blair, and good action there from Southwest. Roberts had the free throw line for 2 shots.
I think barring that turnover, it's been an awesome stretch for the Pirates. I think they just need to capitalise. I think this lineup's working for them.
I think the other correction too, for Thomas, obviously, an excellent defender. I think she's just allowing a little bit too much middle penetration off Willie. I think, again, Willie's had a bit of an up and down season, so I'd be happy with a little bit more, keep her out of the paint because she's creating for them, and then just again make her shoot over contested hands.
Couldn't agree more. I think you've seen a bit of the zone, Dave, and I think that it speaks to the fact that you're not going to see the shooting you saw in the first quarter all the time. So be patient.
Rockhampton missed the 3. Now Southwest looking to capitalize. Willie again goes inside. Pass too low for Bowdry. Ball's tied up.
White ball.
Yeah, possession arrow favors Rockhampton.
No, it's white. No, it's white.
Pirates and
No.
Dave having a conversation with Coach Edwards. Coach Edwards not
trying
hearing
to
you.
help him out.
Not hearing
trying
you.
to help him out.
The possession arrow does favor Rockhampton. They're up by 5, 58-53, with 4 minutes to go in the third.
It'll be interesting to see how long they stay in this zone. I think they should milk this for all they can, but
or even maybe blow one. Ace, I agree. Even blow a quick timeout, give them a rest, give them a rev up, and then come back for 1 or 2 possessions into a man.
Good screen from Vandenberg, and
they
rattles Willie.
I think she's a bit shook up there.
Blair has it, gets in the paint,
Good
flips
D.
it up.
Great D.
Pass nearly
Push that ball
stolen.
out.
Pirates do recover. Vodorosova has it.
Nice job. Ooh, that's
Blair.
rough.
Yeah, Blair again. Great job getting her hands in. Couple of great deflections she's got today. At key times, as we were just talking about.
Thomas floats one up. It's short. Bowdry defensive rebound.
This could be the time to run one of your pet sets here, get something on the rim. Kick out threes are good for you. Just see what you can get.
Willie finds Roberts. Step back jumper
There you
is
go.
up. Too strong.
Thomas hasn't scored in this quarter, and since her 13 first quarter points, has only had the 5.
Missed that jump
streak
shot.
continues.
Blair recovers for Rockhampton, though. Goes inside. Good catch by Davis. Spins away from the double. Goes right to the rim. Layup, no good. King with the rebound.
I gave
Push that ball.
Roberts
Nice take.
is fouled on the way to the basket. Lower way, looks like she's going to pick up that foul.
I gave Bowdry a little bit of instruction in that second quarter. Missed a couple missed box outs, right? equally, give us some love. Doing a really good job defensively down this end, putting her body on the line, moving her feet, and keeping Davis, making it a little harder for Davis. So terrific job from Bowdry.
I think she commented it back at half-time through the Facebook, didn't she, Regan? Said, thanks, Dave, for the tip.
Well, you know.
Well, Roberts also has really stepped up as well, particularly offensively.
She needed it.
You can't box out, you can't play.
Well, I think they need her to play no matter what because they're in a bit of foul trouble. But Roberts...
I've only been saying that about 20 years, mate.
Well, I remember a distinct time when you said that to me when I came back and played for your not to get a win yet Pirates in 06 from the coaching bench.
Yeah.
And went out there and couldn't get a rebound in 20 minutes. Most amazing stat in the history of the league, I think. 20 minutes, no rebounds for your starting forward.
I'm sure there was many other valuable contributions, Ace.
Yeah, look, I was pretty good. I was pretty good post game, but outside of that, not too much.
Pirates are down 4, about 2:10 left in the third. Willie drives baseline, flips one up. It's no good, but she's fouled.
I think that's where the Pirates, I think, need to get better at as far as this year. They've been quite inconsistent, and this is where they can either, to your point, Ace, either what are your pet sets to go get buckets, or equally, how do I get to the foul line? Stop the clock.
Absolutely.
Give us a little breather, and get the likes of Willies and Lloyds and Kings and Roberts, some easy opportunities at the foul line.
And they slowed it down a couple of sets ago and got that really nice set off the top. Had a really nice look at the top there for Roberts, but didn't knock it down. And those are those ones you just need if you're going to get over the top.
3 points, the lead for Rockhampton. Willie's second free throw cuts it to 2. With 2 minutes left in the third, the championship quarter has been the Pirates up until this point. Let's see if they can finish it strong.
I think this has been the key stretch in both quarters before this, so let's see if they can turn it around.
Thomas goes behind the back, pull-up jump shot is good.
Well, boy,
she's showing up.
They needed it.
She's back.
So post their terrific 60% first quarter, they've been shooting 26%, 8 of 30 before that.
I still think that it's going to have a little bit to do with the Cairns Toowoomba back to Brisbane scenario. You're coming out with a bit of energy, but doesn't last too long.
Yeah.
Blair got called for the reach-in foul, her second, the team's 5th. It's going to send Kayla Roberts to the free throw line for a couple of shots with Rockhampton in the penalty.
Equally for the Rockets, again, obviously the players don't probably, the Rocky players aren't probably thinking too much about how they've been pretty cold after a terrific start. But again, I think it's key for Rocky to get back to their basics around what are their go-to opportunities here, and how do I get Thomas some better opportunities and to score. 13 first quarter points and 5 in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, look, I think, between her and, if you can get it back inside again and get, there you go.
Nice
some
pass.
cheapies, you're looking good.
Great look from Thomas to Davis. That's where you're weak against in the zone, that baseline.
Yeah, good patience and a great set, well executed.
Bowdry looking to get to the rim. Stolen by Blair, who kicks ahead for Thomas. One-on-one goes right at Willie. A lot of contact. That's a foul. And a good take there by Thomas. Drawing the foul. She'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Yeah, Willie did about 87% the right thing and just lowered the hands at the last minute.
Yeah, look, I think, the Pirates have done a really good job of, just being within striking distance, and it looked like they were out of it a bunch of times throughout the game, and, they're gritty.
Yeah.
Good to see.
Thomas hits the first one.
Davis having herself a game like we've talked about, 18 and 15. And I'm trying to see how many steals they're given Blair, a.k.a. the Thief. They've only given her 2, which is a little harsh.
Yeah,
I'd give a 4 by my count.
I think she's good for a few more than that, but let's not hack on the stats, people. They're lovely. We like them.
Willie kicks it, Bowdry. Now Roberts, top of the key, 8 on the shot clock.
Yeah, you're going to need to get that up.
Bowdry out to Marama. Wing 3 is up. That's an air ball. Chanel Marama, a little cold, hasn't played too much today.
Yeah, well, the Rockets here can hold for one, and I'd be shooting it at about 3 to 4 seconds to go to literally just give Davis an opportunity to go get me an offensive rebound if we miss. But
you can pretty much count on the fact she's going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, if they make or miss, they get another opportunity here. Head up 6. Good job from the Rockets to maintain the lead, and again, I think they'll have the confidence to.
Davis goes right at the defense, too strong, grabs her own miss, puts it back up.
That was actually a really good D on both of those.
Yeah, and well officiated too.
Davis
yeah.
got
good
2
contact.
Offensive rebounds. Snow's in the corner, her 3 is off. Roberts grabs the rebound. Let's see if she can get a shot off. She doesn't.
Not quite.
And that's going to end the third quarter. A pretty good comeback there for Southwest. They'll head into the quarter-time break down 6. Boys, quick thoughts on that third quarter of action. I think the Southwest Metro Pirates zone really troubled Rockhampton. They started to pick it up a bit in the last few minutes.
Yeah, look, I think the zone, you guys called it the first half. You know, something they probably got forced into going to a little bit just with the foul trouble and everything else. But, you know, I think we all know that there's a place for it in this game, and we need, you know, it's proved to be, you know, advantageous 6-point lead. We've got a ball game.
Dave?
Yeah, I mean, for the Rockets, terrific job. You know, they started, as you'd expect, the second best team in the league too, and they had a nice little 9-2 start, but then they were a little shaky. So a little bit of travel, obviously, a little bit of fatigue. I think probably their experience is going to get them home in this fourth quarter.
Oh, we'll find out shortly. It is a 6-point game at the quarter-time break. Rockhampton is up 63-57. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the final quarter of action here in the QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Hibiscus Sports Complex. Just about the start of the fourth quarter. It is a 6-point game, 63-57. Talking off air, fellas, Pirates sure could use a Steph Bairstow in this one. It's in such a tight game. She's a real difference maker.
I think that extra score, that third score at the moment, you got 2 in double figures, but, you know, and King with a couple of big threes there could be the one. I think if she can, you know, step into some of those rhythm jump shots, she could make the difference.
Oh, we see Savannah O. We didn't see her in that third quarter. She's back to start the fourth. Be interesting to see how much longer Southwest goes with that zone as well.
Well, they didn't put Lloyd in either to start here, which is interesting. See if Coach Edwards I'm assuming, is going to try and hang around and milk as much as he can.
There's another one.
King in rhythm, drains a deep one. The streaking continues into the fourth.
Good looking Jimmy too.
Yep.
That kept it really nice and high, all in one motion, catch and shoot.
There's our third one. Third one for them.
Yeah.
Pirates get a stop also.
Probably want to hit the second side of that zone with a screen and get King open again. There we go.
There's Vodarasova. Flips one up and gets the bank to open.
Wow.
It's nice.
Yeah, it certainly was.
But you're right, she did miss King on the pin down on the weak side, but they got a bucket and that's what they're worried about.
Yeah.
1-point game.
There's Davis, swings it,
There
ball's
go.
out of bounds.
Oh.
Turnover from Rockhampton.
Oh, Rockets look a little shaky here in this last 10, 11 minutes of action.
Well, Pirates have an opportunity to take the lead with a basket here. They're down 1.
Definitely got some steady heads there from Rocky that aren't really looking that way at the moment. The travel get the better of them.
Roberts from the baseline short. Davis can't handle the rebound. Blair comes up with it. Kicks ahead for Clifford, who's fouled by
Actually,
Tyler
a really
King.
good foul, I think.
Gonna send the Rockhampton captain, Katrina Clifford, to the free throw line for 2 shots.
I think Dave mentioned it earlier, but the reinsertion here of Lloyd could be a massive hit for them. Buy her a minute or two.
Yeah, so tough from a player's point of view, where you've been in foul trouble in and out all game long. I mean, I think she only played 13 minutes. Equally though, luckily, she's a terrific offensive weapon, and so I think she just needs to wipe that away and just play.
And well rested.
And well
ready
rested.
to go.
Yeah.
Clifford goes 1 of 2. 2 points the lead for Rockhampton. This one's shaping up to be a tight one. Don't go anywhere.
Definitely just want to be solid with that thing now and get a shot up the rim.
Roberts has it stripped.
Nice
Somehow
job.
recovers. Snow is down, injured. Referee Maddie Crowley gonna blow a referee's timeout. Let's see. I think Snow's all right. She's been through the wars this afternoon.
Yeah, she's probably played 4 possessions and she's been on the floor twice. So.
I think they're just going to, Reeves, is that just purple ball on the side? Is that a new?
Yeah, it's just continuation. They just stopped the game because obviously there was a player injured in the play. Because there's a risk of further danger, it's just stop, shot clock resets, and Southwest ball on the side.
So they get a new 14,
New
right?
14, with the new rules.
I must have let go of Rockets instead of the Cyclones. I got Linda and a couple other Rocky fans letting me know.
They're killing me probably too. I'm sorry.
It's all good. We've had the Cyclones, I'd say probably 90% of the time this afternoon.
I don't think I've caught in the Cyclones once, so I apologise.
Yeah, look, I've avoided either, just for that very fact.
You've also got Rocky, and we'll be good.
You've been calling Ace Aaron as well, so you're confusing everybody,
I'm
really,
just
Johnny.
confused. I'm sorry, guys.
I think that's the first time I've been called Aaron since Polly put my name on the board for my first start in Rocky in 04. And I thought he called out someone else, which I think everyone else did too, because they're like, why is he starting?
King floater is no good. Thomas with the rebound. Rockhampton up by 2.
Oh.
No,
Good skip pass. Blair in the corner.
Yeah.
Rattles it home.
And again, she loves the baseline tray.
I think these few steady heads for Rocky on the wing could be the difference here.
Yeah, Blair with 18 now.
I think you've got Maddie about to come back into the game. Very timely. Sav with a nice bucket.
Good finish with the left hand. Savannah O cuts the deficit to 3. Both teams going to the bench. Maddie Willie going to check back in. Tyler King getting a breather.
Great job by Tyler out there. That's a good little stretch of play for her. 3 threes, some good job bringing up the ball as well.
Goulding back in. Good to see her. Back and forth we go. This one's a tight one. 3-point game. Goulding stripped by Maddie Willie. Willie going right at the defense. She's fouled.
There's a really good call there by Coach Edwards going to the 1-3-1. I think definitely threw Rocky out.
Yeah, and equally, Ace, I was just saying I'd be trying to get Blair on that weak side action to catch the Pirates sneak it, asleep on that 1-3-1, because if you don't have good torque and good rotation, those kicks to the weak side is where you're open, and Blair's cash from the tray. So I think equally Cyclones need to have a look at that opportunity. Cyclones, did you hear that?
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure we got that.
Just go Rocky. Play it safe.
I think I have been Rockying most of the game, but I definitely threw a Rockets out there.
2 missed free throws hurt Willie there. Those were a couple big ones.
Look, I think they're in the 1-3-1 here again. I think Dave's right, though. I think if they get to the second side of it, there's going to be some wide open shots there.
Blair in the corner. That one's short. Vandenberg, offensive rebound. Thomas puts it on the floor, looks inside. Blair wide open. She misses, gets her own rebound. Putback is blocked.
Good job.
Now Pirates have numbers.
Here. You got a 3-on-2, semi 4-on-2.
Lloyd swings
The
it. Willie
captain.
fires the three. That's good. The
all
game's
tied up.
tied at 67.
Good job, Matt.
You got to love Lloyd. So unselfish. You know, their leader in scoring, haven't had the greatest of games, and then feet in the paint. Great kick to Willie.
Goulding finishes. Nice step through finish.
They're definitely happy to see Goulding back out there, I think.
Lloyd. Now Willie for the Pirates. Reverses to Lloyd. Lloyd puts it on the floor, going right at the
Nice
defense.
take.
She's fouled. Davis doesn't like the call, but it was an obvious clear foul, sending Neil Lloyd to the free throw line for 2 shots.
I think you've got a couple of times where they've caught, Davis on the closeout now. So I think maybe that's something that they can exploit a little bit and, get her thinking about it. Only got the 2 fouls though, so I think she's got a bit to play with.
Free throws hurting the Pirates. That's 3 missed free throws in a row for Southwest.
Well, you couple those missed free throws with some of those first half transition missed layups, and I think the Pirates would be loving to have some of that stuff back right now.
Lloyd hits
But they're in a
one.
ball game.
And the Pirates, it's got to be their first lead of the game, I think, Dave.
Yeah, and I don't want to harp on it, but Thomas hasn't scored in the last 25 minutes. Sorry. Since that 18 points, so sorry.
Good dish inside for Davis to lay it in. Nice look there by Goulding.
And she's just been sort of really happy to distribute, whereas I think really this is where she needs to step up and take control here offensively.
My mistake. I thought Pirates had taken the lead, but they tie it up with the
they're out
Roberts
there.
3, 71 all. 5:25 left in this one.
All right, they're back in the 2-3 now, so you're probably hearing a lot of hands up from the bench over here. I think they need a couple of big stops. Better job on the scout too, not going out to the non-shooters, but you got to find her.
Blair wide open again, drains a 3. Brooke Blair is putting on a 3-point clinic here this afternoon. Rockies up 3.
So Blair, I think that might be her 21st point.
Willie stepped through, kicks it out for Lloyd. Lloyd nearly has her pocket picked.
Yeah, could be a shot there again by the captain. Ooh.
Willie well off on that one. That's an air ball.
Well, good defensive set from Rocky. Again, I just think the last couple of minutes, the last 2 possessions in particular, they've ramped it up defensively.
And you notice the level of calm with Rockies kind of changed with Goulding back on the court. She's
Nice dish inside. Goulding to Davis for the easy 2. And Coach Edwards going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. 4:30 to go in this one. Rocky up 76-71. Your QBL Game of the Week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Hibiscus Sports Complex. 4:31 to go in this one. Pirates have clawed their way back. They're now down by 5, though, 76-71. And you guys mentioned it a few times in between quarters and early in the 4th, that veteran lineup of Rockhampton really wearing that run by Southwest well.
Yeah, I think Blair and Goulding, obviously you know what you're going to get from the imports, but those guys are fantastic.
Roberts' 3 is off. Davis another rebound.
I'm not sure that was what they drew up out of the timeout.
Then they get Tyler King for the blocking foul. Second team foul of the quarter. Referees doing a pretty good job in this one, letting them play physically. I like it.
I think you haven't, Dave and I were looking at it in the break, but, you know, not much from either bench out here, and now you've got your starters out here to finish, so it'll be good to see who steps up.
Thomas stops and pops, in and out. Davis, offensive rebound, putback is good. She ripped that one away from Roberts and finished strong.
Look, that is an amazing effort to just keep going to the glass after coming from Cairns and Toowoomba.
18 rebounds, 10 offensive for Davis. And then she's fouled
Lloyd is out.
by Lloyd, and that's going to be it for Mia Lloyd. That's her 5th personal.
I don't think she knows that yet. I still don't think she knows she's picked up the 5th.
She knows now. Oh, no, I don't think she does. I think she thought it was on Davis. There she goes. She finally recognized it.
Yeah,
Mia Lloyd.
She thought it was out of bounds.
Yeah, that's tough.
Certainly not going to help Pirates if they want to come back. They just lost Lloyd, so Vodorosova back in for this one, the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the game.
Well, they left her at the start of the 4th to get her that time, but...
And Roberts fouls Vandenberg, who'll go to the free throw line for a couple.
Still got the foul trouble, could haunt him in the end.
4th team foul. And Jacinta Vandenberg at the free throw line for a couple shots. First one's good for Vandenberg. Rocky up 8.
What are we looking at, Coach Derwin? What are the Pirates got to go to? You've seen more of them play this year than me.
Well, I think offensively they're always going to do a tough losing. I know Bairstow today, but realistically, it's just trying to establish Roberts around the paint, and then see how we're going to get King and Willie off some simple turnouts, or again just a nice penetrating kick.
Yeah.
Because they need to create something. And I just think in the last few minutes for me, Rocky's really turned up the D.
Yeah, look, they're in that zone there as well, so you'd be thinking that Coach Edwards has got a little pet play in the zone to get a couple of open threes here. And
they're going to get 3 seconds on the clock. Yeah, King's challenging to hit the rim. I thought they did hit the rim, right?
I thought it definitely hit the rim.
They're good. They got their 14.
Okay.
They got it sorted.
Yeah.
I think Pirates have been a little too perimeter oriented as well. A lot of that has to do with the zone from Rockhampton.
Yeah.
But Pirates got to do something to get it inside.
Yeah, look, they might have to go to the perimeter though now. I think we're in go time.
Willie has it deep. 3 is up off the front of the rim. Vandenberg with the rebound, and Rockhampton, under 3 to go. They're up 9. They'll certainly start working some clock here. Back door. Goulding lays it in. Pirates fell asleep on that one. Coach Edwards going to take a timeout. Let's keep it here, though, gents, as Pirates down by 11. You thought that the veteran of Rockhampton would get them over the line, and at this point, it has been that veteran Rockhampton group that has pushed this lead out to 11.
Yeah, well, we don't have ESPN budget here for our stats, but in my noggin, I reckon it's been a 10-0 run since Rocky decided to play some D and really close this game out. And they've just shown why they're a true caliber championship contender, especially in this last. I reckon it's about a 3 to 4 minute window where they have just gone out on a 10-0 run, and Pirates can't score. And for me, a little too late for the Pirates, and I think Rocky's going to be too strong here to go over top in the last couple of minutes.
I think, Johnny, you hit it on the head before. I think the Pirates have been trying to, stay in it and then get back in it from the 3-point line, and Rocky's been really patient. Have gone to some go-to sets, Davo, like you said, and then, ended up getting wide open layups out of it, which is from those veterans you talked about.
Yeah, and it's not over, but I think it's been a really gallant effort from Southwest. I mean, Coach Edwards has got to be really happy with what the group's delivered, especially underhand by a couple of, star players. When you lose your 2 best players or 2 of your best players, doing it tough. The bench whilst they might not have scored as much as what you'd like, I think they've certainly contributed, and defensively there was some good fight, which was good. I think it's probably been their most consistent performance that we've seen, Johnny, this year. So
yeah, it's been a great performance from Southwest. It's certainly not over yet, but they got to get a good look and a bucket on this possession as far as I'm concerned. Rockhampton putting the pressure on them. 9 on the shot clock. Willie has it from the elbow. Jump shot is good.
Nice job. Like you said, not over yet.
Goulding swings it to Blair in the corner, drives baseline, kicks it for Goulding. Now Thomas, wing 3. That's good. That one hurts.
Wide open layup. Veteran play though. Kick pass.
yeah,
Easy bucket.
12-point lead for Rockhampton.
good hoops, give up a good shot for a great one, and
Definitely looked a little bit Spursy on that baseline drive kick.
Thomas swings it to Blair. They're going to work the clock here. Rockhampton, there's 1:40 to go. Rockies up 12. Got 7 on the shot clock. Thomas, another 3. That's good. Thomas, she's a baker. She's putting the icing on the cake in this one.
I'm pretty sure that she's been following the show as well, because Derwin was on her about not scoring for a while, and bang, bang.
yeah.
When it mattered, that's
And
why
again,
you pay the big bucks.
Pirates going to look at it. The average punter's going to watch the score and say it was a bit of a beatdown, but terrific game of basketball here this afternoon, and Rocky have done enough to secure the win. Up 12 with a minute to go.
And again, going to work some clock here.
Definitely impressed with the quality of the shooting out here. The percentages might not say it, but a lot of players stepping confidently into jump shots.
Thomas steps into another one. That one's good. 3 in a row for Jessica Thomas. She's capping this one off with a bang.
Yeah, look, it'd be a much sweeter, I'm assuming it's a plane ride now. It used to be a bus ride, but surely they're not busing back after the trip they've just had.
I wouldn't think.
Well, at least you'd be flying. You'd be flying your imports home after what they've done tonight.
$15 points the lead. Rockhampton gonna come home with an undefeated 3-game road trip as Goulding fires another 3. That's in and out. Davis.
Here she is again.
Right, another offensive rebound and putback. She's got to have about 20 and 20.
24 and 21.
Pretty impressive performance on the glass from Davis, and a really great performance overall for Rockhampton. They took the best that the Pirates had to give them. It just wasn't enough. Rockhampton, as you said, championship contenders for a reason. They're going to pull away for a 17-point win. And guys, we said it before, Southwest has as much talent as anybody in this competition. They're playing without Bairstow, which definitely doesn't help, but you are you're Coach Edwards. You have to be happy with the performance, but you want to make finals. They needed this one. Got to tip your hat, though, to Rockhampton. Just an awesome performance, and they finished strong, and that's what champions do, Dave.
Yeah, it is, and that's exactly why they're sitting in number 2, and what's that going to take them? 12 and 2. And a really good performance, and as much as I commented on Thomas not getting involved offensively enough, she came home and drilled 9 points in the last minute and a half to blow the game out and say, listen, we're legit. For the Pirates, they're in a little trouble in order to make the 8 now, I think.
I think they're going to be a hard outfit to beat. I mean, obviously I haven't seen a lot of the rest of the league, but the Pirates really gave it to them. They came out and they didn't go away. There was gaps there where it could have gone out to 15 from 12, and they battled. And but I think the experience in that starting 5, it might just be that Rockhampton bench that obviously when you get to the big games you're going to need some subs. So maybe that could be their only undoing. But that starting 5 is impressive. And
really a good confidence for the Rocky group too, because again they had it. They had it taken to them for the whole game, and then when you look up and you go, hey, we got it done by 17, you've got to feel good about that, knowing you can be in those dogfights and have the goods to close it out. So
That was a final-ish kind of game and did have a finals feel to it.
Absolutely. And we said Pirates have got to win every game, literally, to get in the playoffs. So they certainly brought everything, and Rocky answered it. So great win.
Let's take a quick look at the final statistics for Rockhampton. We mentioned Jamaris Davis, 26 points, 21 rebounds, 11 of them offensive. Just absolutely owned the glass in this one. That was as good of a rebounding performance as we've seen all season, men or women, Dave.
Absolutely.
Then you mentioned Jessica Thomas needs to score. She finishes with 30 points, 9 of them in a row there in the fourth quarter. She also had 7 rebounds and 7 assists. And then also 21 points for Brooke Blair. Blair did it from deep, 5 of 11 from 3. Rockhampton shot 48.6% from the field, 38.2% from 3. Got to the free throw line, and I think if you look at it, a few negatives for Rockhampton, only 62% from the free throw line and had 14 turnovers in that one.
Yeah, look, I think that 62% is a little bit skewed for the fact that they're probably a bit tired in the legs. And, obviously I thought, really, really polished performance against, what was a lot tougher opposition than it might have looked like at the start of the game.
And if we look at the Southwest Metro Pirates, Maddie Willie finishes with 21 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Kayla Roberts had 22 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and Tyler King finished with 11 points. Pirates, though, shot 28 threes, hit 43%. It just got dominated on the glass. They were out-rebounded 47-30, and that was really one of the big differences in the game.
Definitely the difference, and look, I think, like you said, Steph missing hurts a little bit, probably a lot. And, you'd hope that the young Pirates in particular, are buoyed by the fact that they were in a battle with a team that, could legitimately holding up the silverware at the end.
Hey, that's going to do it for us here, guys. I do want to thank everyone for tuning in on the comments in YouTube and on Facebook. I do have to thank Regan Baker on the commentary and production. I got to thank Ace, Aaron Harding, Dave Derwin on the commentary with me as well. I got to thank Chris Sieber on the camera, and I also want to thank James Bowman from the Australian Sports Network down in Sydney, providing us with all the technical support and the graphics. Don't forget, next week we are up at the Sunshine Coast. We will have the Rip hosting the Cairns Dolphins and the Marlins in a doubleheader next Saturday night, 5:30 for the women, 7:30 for the men. So please make sure you tune in. And I have been really remiss to mention the GoFundMe account. Please, if you can, visit the GoFundMe website, search Get Narelle Well. Let's try and help Get Narelle, give her a bit of support financially as she goes through the battle of her life, battling breast cancer. So please go to the GoFundMe website, search up Get Narelle Well, and make any and all contributions that you can. It's going to wrap it up for us here, but don't forget, we will have the men's game coming up for you shortly as Rockhampton takes on Southwest Metro Pirates. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in to another presentation of the QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media, Stream Team Australia, Basketball Queensland, and, of course, the Australian Sports Network.